Hi teachers, I just want to show you quickly how to navigate your guides so you can move through it in the most efficient way. A couple things that I just want to point out to you is that on the left-hand column, you're going to see that you have a curriculum overview. And over here are all the sections that are included within the guide. Each section is a skill area in which you're going to teach, and embedded in each section are the lessons that you're going to access. So we're going to click into section 1. I'm going to take you right through what that looks like. All of our sections start out with the Planning Coach's video. Basically what that is that's us talking to you about the realities of teaching. So sometimes when we're teaching certain lessons, there's pitfalls that we might come across, and there's certainly a purpose for all the lessons. We really like to go through some of those pitfalls and purposes with you before you jump into the unit. I always find that helpful in terms of setting my own expectations. So take a quick look at that Planning Coach's video. Then you're going to see that there's a table of contents, and that's located at the beginning of every section. I suggest that you print out that table of contents so you can see exactly what skills you're going to be covering in the course of the month. Also pay close attention to that key that's up there that includes where video is included, what some of the lesson entails. Then as you look down in the section, you're going to see there's lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Underneath each lesson plan is a little blurb that tells you a brief overview of what the lesson is. Really objective in purpose. So you can see that that's there. That's going to help you again in planning as you move through it. Once you click into a lesson, what you're going to see is all lessons start pretty similarly. If this is a new lesson and new to your instruction, you're going to see Teacher Background. Teacher Background video is designed to inform your instruction. So if you're not familiar with those skill areas, or this is something that new to you, you absolutely want to watch the Teacher Background videos. Another lesson that you might come into contact with also is what we call a modeled lesson. That modeled lesson again is intended for the teacher. The purpose of it is for you to actually take a peek into the classroom to see what that actually looks like. So click on those modeled lessons if you want a sense of lesson flow. A lot of times when I read a lesson plan, I'm not really completely sure, I don't have a vision in my head on how it's going to move. Those modeled lessons will help you with that process. As you move through this, you're going to see, as you look at a lesson plan, objective, procedures, right down the center of the page, everything that you need to do. You're also going to see that we have a PDF called Lessons on the Move. Essentially what a lesson on the move is it is that lesson plan in what I call Cliff Note version. Lots of times as teachers, we like to move around the classroom during the instructional time, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to take the entire lesson plan with you. Instead, what we did is we picked out those key highlighting points of the lesson so that you can freely move around the classroom. Use the lesson on the move as a guide. You can even write some notes on it as the lessons go so that you know, as we all do as teachers, where I want to make some changes, how I might want to refine this lesson, what are some things that I can link to this lesson. So there's an area for you to write some notes. So lessons on the move, I'd suggest that you print those out. And then also, any direct-to-student content that we have embedded within the lesson is going to be found on the right-hand side. So you're going to see virtual field trips, you'll see skill powers on the right-hand side. And then the other thing that you always want to be careful to do is you want to make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom to make sure that you've accessed all the content that we have there for you. So hopefully that's helpful in getting you through the hub and making you familiar with all of the kinds of assets that are embedded.